Hey, good morning. This is the time and place for the Planning Hearing Officer's hearing for Wednesday, May 28th, 2014. My name is Vilia Zamaitaitis, and I will be conducting the hearing as hearing officer. We have one case today, and the relevant exhibits are posted on the panels located directly behind me. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read a project description, then I will review the City Department comments, after which time we will have a brief staff presentation, and the applicant will then also address the findings and walk us through the project itself. If there are any members of the public who wish to speak, you will ask to come forward, and you will have 3 minutes to present your opinion, at which time the applicant will then be given the opportunity for rebuttal for a 5-minute time period, and the hearing will be closed and the case taken under submission or a decision made at the hearing. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who responded to the public notice, either by speaking at the hearing or submitting written responses. Appeals under the appeal provisions of Title 30, decisions may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the decision date. Anyone wishing to appeal may obtain forms and brochures of the procedure from the Building and Safety Section Permit Services Center located on the same floor of this building. If you wish to speak, please write your name and address on one of the speaker forms provided at the table by the front door and submit it to our planning assistant. I would also like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the Planning Hearing Officer's hearing are recorded as part of the public record. Okay, the single case on today's agenda is variance case number PVAR 1404147. The project is located at 1441 Columbia Drive. The applicant is Rej Mardian. And the project description, the application involves a standards variance to allow a 366 square foot addition to an existing approximately 1,800 square foot single family dwelling without providing a 2-car covered and enclosed garage located at 1441 Columbia Drive in the R1R restricted residential zone. Okay, Ms. Vista Azadi, would you mind giving us a brief overview, please?
Good morning, Ms. Zematitis, and thank you. The existing project site is a 10,697 square foot lot sloped uphill. The applicant's requesting to allow the construction of a 366 square foot addition at the rear of the existing single family dwelling without providing the required 2-car fully enclosed parking spaces, while maintaining the existing legal nonconforming garage with substandard interior dimensions relating to width, depth, and minimum door width. The existing single-family dwelling has 1 master bedroom, 2 secondary bedrooms, and 1 master bath. In addition, there's an existing uncovered patio area and a 5-foot-high retaining wall located at the rear of the property. The proposed addition will consist of enlarging to the 2 existing bedrooms for the purpose of creating 1 new master bedroom, a walk-in closet, and a new master bath. In addition, the floor area remodel includes converting and reconfiguring space within the existing footprint of the home to allow for a new office and a new bathroom. The applicant also proposes to construct a new 123 square foot patio in the southwest portion of the lot and an increase and reconfiguration of the existing uncovered patio area that will also include a new retaining wall that will range from 3 to 7 feet in height. The zoning code states that upon change or enlargement of a building which creates an increase in floor area, additional parking shall be provided for such new floor area. By adding 366 square feet to the house, the existing garage will need to be enlarged to comply with the minimum 2-car garage interior dimensions of 20 feet wide by 20 feet deep and the minimum 16-foot width garage door opening. The existing detached legal nonconforming garage is located in the front setback of the project site, approximately 3.5 feet from the front property line. The existing interior dimensions of the garage are as follows. The width is 17 feet and 4 inches. The garage depth is 14 feet and 10.5 inches along the northerly wall and 18 feet 10 inches along the southerly wall. The existing garage door opening dimensions are 8 foot 1 inch and 8 foot 2 inch. Presently, there are no doors fully enclosing the structure, and the existing garage is able to accommodate parking for 1 or maybe 2 small vehicles. To deny the requested variance would require the applicant to undermine the existing topography, which virtually limits the possibility of reconstructing the garage without destroying a significant portion of the stable hillside. Further, the existing garage was originally built into the hillside, and any construction or expansion would result in extensive earth excavation. A portion of the existing concrete stairs and retaining walls would be compromised if the existing garage was enlarged to comply with the minimum interior dimensions required by the zoning code. The existing site constraints, including the location of the existing house and the site topography, precludes the expansion of the existing garage to a 2-car garage. The garage is nestled between 2 retaining walls, which serve to stabilize the hillside. Moreover, enlarging the existing garage could potentially trigger other code requirements and the need for additional variances, including compliance with the minimum driveway length requirement. The applicant's request does not propose an increase in the number of bedrooms and will only enlarge and reconfigure the existing bedrooms. The applicant's proposing to maintain the existing legal nonconforming detached garage with substandard dimensions and restore the garage doors as was originally built with the home in 1926. Granting of the variance will not be materially detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to the property or improvements in such zone or neighborhood in which the property is located, and it will not disturb the character of the existing residents. There are many other single-family homes along Columbia Drive and in the Adams Hill neighborhood, which feature similar parking configurations. The architectural integrity of the house will be maintained, and no additional parking impacts will be created as a result of the addition above and beyond the existing conditions. The applicant's proposal is in keeping with the design objectives of the Municipal Code, the Hillside Design Guidelines, and the Landscape Guidelines for Hillside Development Review. The proposal is compatible with the surrounding neighborhood and is a modest addition located at the rear of the property, not visible from the street. In accordance with the plans submitted, the site plans indicate that the existing indigenous trees on site will be maintained and a significant portion of the lot's open space will be maintained as well. The design of the addition is consistent with the existing dwelling and compatible with surrounding development in terms of size, scale, bulk, and mass, roofline orientation, setbacks, and site layout. The applicant's proposed addition for the subject property will not have a significant visual impact on surrounding properties, given the uphill slope, existing vegetation, and location as indicated on the plans. Staff believes that all of the findings for the variance can be made in a positive manner and therefore recommends approval of this entitlement. Thank you, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Azadi. In looking over the comments from the other various departments, pretty much they're all standard, except for the one from the fire department, which refers to the issue with the sprinkler system. And essentially they're requesting that the entire residence be sprinklered with automatic fire sprinkler system due to the fact that the hydrant spacing exceeds code maximum allowable. The fact that Columbia Drive is a very narrow street that restricts emergency vehicle access, and that the existing stairwell leading from the street level to the house restricts firefighter access. So I believe your proposed conditions of approval in the staff report refer to the required interdepartmental type standards. Is that correct?
That is correct. Okay,
great. Thank you. And the applicant, I'm going to call Mr. Vrajmardian up to the podium to give a brief overview of the required findings and to walk us through the case as well. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of the conditions as specified in the various interdepartmental comments. So,
thank you. My name is Vrajmardian, Mardian Associates Inc. I represent Dave Smith, the owner of the property. I can address the sprinkler issue once I go through my findings. Okay. And I thank staff for their well description on the subject property. I submitted the justification findings and the justification part of my application, but I'll go through it briefly. Finding A, the subject, I'll go through the subject property description first. Subject property is a regular shaped hillside containing 10,697 square feet and upslope upward street towards the rear of the property. It's currently zoned R1R District 3, developed with single-family dwelling resident. It was built in 1926 with detached two-car garage. The proposed is a 366 square feet addition to the existing two-story residence with non-conforming originally permitted detached garage. The bedroom with the bathroom addition improvements will meet all zoning requirements with the exception of the two-car garage width, depth, door width, and minimum requirements. We feel that the strict application of the provision of the ordinance would result in practical difficulty, unnecessary hardship, inconsistent with the general purpose of the intended ordinance. The variance request is to maintain the existing concrete constructed garage, add the garage doors as originally built. The garage actually, I know staff mentioned it's 3'6" back, but based on our survey, it's 6'6", has a 6'6" setback from the front property line. The property line on the north side, concrete stairs on the south side built into the hill west side serves as the main only access to the house. In addition, the front setback slope is retained by 5 to 7 feet high concrete wall located in the front property line, which was previously also permitted. The topography and the site constraint will not allow any alteration to the existing concrete garage in order for the variance not to occur. The total structure has to be demolished. Even then will require front setback variance. The adjacent surrounding also are developed in the same manner. Further, the addition will not increase the number of bedrooms, and it's a minimum request clearly consistent with the ordinance. The proposed design and improvement mass scale and aesthetics is sensitive to the topography and compatible with the neighborhood. It's consistent with the city's design goals, including city single-family hillside design guidelines. I also spoke with the planners previously, and to my understanding, there were a little tweaking to be done, and we did that, and they will exempt it from the design review board. To my understanding, we'll get there when we get there. In conclusion, on finding A, the request is one deviation which cannot be achieved without unless the entire structure is demolished and will require variance. Therefore, to enforce the strict application of code would be a practical difficult result unnecessary hardship. Finding B, on the exceptional circumstances, the existing lot is irregular shape and topography and was developed in 1926. The existing house is located closer to the back of the hill, and the garage is located close to the street, which is similar to the adjacent properties on its site characteristic planning and are developed with garage closer to the street. And the houses at the uphill side are closer to the back hillside. The garage and the back setback was created when the property was developed. Due to the nature of the topography and the new addition design, with the requested it will not be intrusive to the adjacent property and will be mitigated by the proposed design mass and scale. Finally, it's technically it's impossible to provide a new conforming two-car garage without any variances and exception from the zoning code. Finding C, the granting variance will not be materially detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to the property or improvements in such zone or neighborhood in which the property is located. The use of the property as a single-family residence will continue to as such. The bedroom and with the bedroom addition is consistent with the other developments in the immediate area. Other than the exception requested, the project will incorporate current zoning standards, floor area ratio, lot coverage, number of stories, height, and landscaping, including single-family design guidelines, which result in a higher quality design compatible with the surrounding property. Without the garage retaining walls, the support and the back slope and the adjacent property will be a safety hazard and a detriment to the neighbor. As staff mentioned, we are also preserving the oak tree on the site. Finding D, the proposed improvement scope of work is 366 square feet, addition to the existing two-story residence with non-conforming originally permitted detached two-car garage. The addition will maintain a two-story condition, same number of bedrooms, therefore granting the variance will not be contrary to the objectives of the ordinance. The standard of the residential zone are intended to provide or promote compatibility amongst developments in fairness of both providing necessary living quarters and quality of single-family living environment. The garage size will be mitigated by not increasing the number of bedrooms, and the proposed project promotes good site planning and building design in mass scale compatible with the developments, the neighborhood developments. Furthermore, similar garages conditions exist throughout the neighborhood. Lastly, as far as the statements of additional facts, E, the existing two-car garage was built with a permit at the time when the house was constructed and classified as garage based on the permits that I obtained from the city. The granting of the requested acceptance is a reasonable and minimal request considering the topography on the site, and it will not have any effect on the surrounding properties and will be a positive impact on the community. In addition, the project will also be reviewed by Design Review Board staff further to ensure compatibility with and consistency with the adjacent property. To enforce the strict application of the code would be difficult and result in necessary hardship. And back to the conditions of the fire department, I just spoke with them. To my understanding, aside from the hydrant, there's the trigger. The sprinklers are triggered when you exceed the 50% remodel or addition based on their calculation. And my brief discussion with them this morning, we are at 35%. So, and when I looked at the internal communication that you had with the fire department, I believe it says to be determined, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what was another clarification that I wanted to make out on the conditions. Other than that, the plans posted on the wall show the actual configuration. Majority of the addition occurs in the back. It's rarely visible from the street. The retaining walls will be conforming with the zoning standards. Other than that, I'll be happy to answer any questions, or if you like me, I can go back there and walk through it if necessary.
Thank you, Mr. Mardian.
Thank you.
No, based on the condition that was written actually in the fire department comments, I do not see any conditional type of issue.
Well,
such
I
as,
think there's a
as to be
circle in one of them. It says to be determined.
Right. And so what we'll do is that I will take this case. Otherwise, I was going to go ahead and approve it at the hearing with the conditions set forth in the staff report. But because of this, I just want to make sure that this is clarified with the fire department first. Once we clarify that, they can either amend their submitted interdepartmental comments or conduct that. With that said, I know that there were no letters submitted for this case. I've received no other requests for speaker cards to speak, that is. So I will take the matter under advisement, take the case for submission, and we'll render a decision by the end of the week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Since there are no other cases on the agenda and no other speaker cards, this public hearing of May the 28th is closed. Thank you.